Okay, so currently I am about halfway through a 4-pack of Coronas, and I kind of wanted to just talk for absolutely no reason at all. Name change of the channel. So, the reason why I explained it a little bit in the video before, but the reason why I'm changing it is because I want, how do you put it, like, it's a nickname that other people gave me, and it's the first nickname I've got since what I'd like to call my day of becoming. So, let's set the scene first off. Okay, so I'm at uni. I've just eaten 3 grams or more, can't remember the amount, of psilocybin mushrooms. I go on a walk, and at some point when I'm getting up there in the trip, I walk through a field, and all the grass blades begin to turn into fractals. And within my mind, this almost maternal voice sprouts and starts saying things like, you know that there is still hope, that everything is still going to be okay, that this is your day, and you'll be reborn on this day. And I started crying. I kept walking, and I got to this lake, and I knelt by the lake, and I looked down onto the blue, the water, and the sun beating down on me. I think I got heat stroke, actually. I don't know if I've told this before on my channel, this story, but yeah. I looked out onto the water, and I was like, this is a new life, you know? Like, at this point, this is a new life. And it's before my 26th birthday. So I was 25, about to turn 26. I was like, from now on, I will leave my old life behind, and my new life will be everything that I want it to be. And it has been so far, actually. It's been quite good. That was on the 30th of April, 2025. And, yeah. Since then, I've kind of given myself over to what I'd like to call the wave. You know, just ride the wave, man. That sort of thing. It's why I don't really put all that much effort into drawing. I just kind of draw intuitively. I suppose if I wanted to, I could use a compass or something, and I could plan everything out, but I don't do that. I just draw things out the way I want them, as, you know, it's intuitive. It's not overthought. And I think overthinking is what used to define my life. You know, I used to be so hung up on everything. But nowadays, after that 30th of April, each passing month, I think less and less about things I don't need to think about, and more about things I do. Life's not perfect, but it's a lot better than it was. A lot better than it was. So yeah, I've got a new profile picture, and my name's Gluey, because that name just kind of sticks, I guess. And I was given, well, I've already explained that. Came about emergently. I didn't come up with it. It just happened. And I think, I think I need more of that in my life, actually. Things just happening naturally. I'm not really sure what to say now. I guess I should probably talk about what I did today. What else? Right, okay. I went to the supermarket. I got 2 boxes of granola and a small bag of cranberries and raisins. I also got some malt loaf and some black olives as a snack. I know that Mint's talked about this quite a lot. Sorry, I'm just gonna take off. I'm just gonna take off my trousers, because these are like high-rise jeans, and they're just uncomfy right now. But yeah, like, I'm gonna put on my pajama bottoms probably in a minute. Mint talks a lot about his, well, not a lot, but like, he's got a very optimized diet that him and his friend came up with. And I know, I got a bit inspired, and I was like, what if I were to do that, but for like snacks and stuff? Because I'm a demon when it comes to Belvita breakfast biscuits and smoothies. You know, I fucking love smoothies, man. And Pokeballs. Mint got me into Pokeballs. They are tasty as fuck. I've been playing a lot of guitar recently. A lot of guitar. Mostly fingerstyle, some pick. Learning new shapes and chords and that. Trying to get them consistent. Because I just want to like increase my facility on the instrument. I'm already writing some new tunes. I need to release them. I need to do like a 1-day recording session and then, release it on my channel or on SoundCloud or something, maybe. I don't know. I do love music. It's just, how do you put it? Time to crack open another beer. There you go. Right next to the microphone. Like, I used to play jazz. Ooh. Just dropped a can of beer on the floor. Won't be able to open that for like 50 years now. But I used to play jazz as a bassist. And I got pretty fucking sick of it after a while. Because it was just a bit of a slog, and nothing I played felt authentic. Like, I'd listen to jazz, I'd try and learn soloing and that, but nothing felt authentic. It didn't feel like I was actually expressing myself. It just felt as though I was playing a part in a social system. And I even said it. I was in like this cafeteria at the time. And I said, it's just a slog. It's a slog being a bassist. And they were like, yeah, but it's your job. And they like ragged on me for it. And I was like, it was at that moment when I knew that I fell out of love with being a jazz bassist. Maybe it's just my bad experience. Maybe I'm just bitter, but that's how I feel, genuinely. Yeah. I'm into a lot more folk punk and Midwest emo stuff now. Because you can get more theoretically advanced with that stuff without it turning into jazz. My problem with jazz is there's a very it's not the field of music itself that I have a problem with. It's the culture around it. Like, if you want to do jazz, you have to be a jazz musician. You have to live and breathe jazz. You have to eat jazz and drink jazz and, And with that intensity of study, you also have to be immersed in the culture of jazz musicians. And it's this very, there's always this subconscious comparison going on with each other that I've noticed. And it's just kind of, there's a certain machismo to it, which really just, it's just a brain down, and I don't want to be a part of that. And they say, oh, it's, you can do whatever you want. But, there's the vibes. You get vibed by people. And it's just kind of, yeah. I was getting better at soloing. I was getting there. You know, I wasn't the greatest. I was mediocre. But I was trying. And I don't know, I just felt like I couldn't grow appropriately as a musician. So I felt like I would always be in the shadow of these really cool people who'd immerse themselves fully in it. But I could never get fully into jazz. It was a sort of thing where, I don't know, this kind of relates to my issues with authenticity and being honest. Like, as a jazz musician, I never felt honest. Everything I played felt as though it was made of like flimsy, like plastic furniture. And I just couldn't fully immerse myself in the jazz world that way. When making my own indie music, I feel like it's more authentic. So I can just immerse myself in that sort of thing and play around with theory and all that stuff. But yeah, I think I've got a big problem with authenticity. Because when you are authentic, there is always the opportunity to get burnt by someone. You know, it's like you show your organs to the world, you open your chest and they see your heart and lungs. And there's always that one person who's got a toothpick and they're gonna poke at things. And because you're being authentic, it's raw, and everything that pokes at you has the capacity to hurt you. You know? I think that's why I don't know, because I recently had a conversation with my mum. I mean, now she knows all about my drug use. All about my sort of emotional feelings towards her. And yeah, I think we both misunderstood each other. Because I was petrified of being shamed and punished and upsetting her, and so I hid things from her. And all she wanted was the best for me, and she wanted to be close to me. And so, yeah, there was this opposing goals things like, oh, I'm gonna like shut down, because that's one of my coping mechanisms, is that I shut down, I stop talking, I stop registering what's going on around me. And she was trying to get in there and understand. And she acknowledges that she will never understand a lot of things. But as long as I'm okay, we're okay. You know? that's a very difficult conversation to have. I'm about a third of the way through my third beer. Third of the way through my third beer. That's a weird thing to say. But yeah. I want to be more authentic with this channel. I don't want to be, just some content creator. I want to be an actual person that talks and just is open about things. So I think I don't know. I'm just fed up with closing myself off. I think everyone does that to a degree. Online, I guess. But I don't want to do that. I want to be open. Or try and be. Because I know that I'm also fallible. So, yeah. I was supposed to go to work today, but I didn't. Not out of laziness, though. They'd messed up the, sorry about that. The rota, and, they'd only, my boss, well, one of my bosses, had only posted the rota, 20 minutes. Not 20 minutes, sorry. He posted the rota, and then 20 minutes after, he texted me, "Oh, are you coming in at so-and-so time?" But he texted me 45 minutes before I was supposed to start work. So, I was not being funny. My uniform isn't clean. I already have plans. These were the plans. This was the plan to drink a 4-pack and talk in front of the computer. But it's still, I still have plans. Just because I'm not being social with people doesn't mean I don't have a plan. And so he was just yeah, okay, just take it off. Just take the night off then. I was like, well, thank you. I mean, you're the one who messed everything up, so don't blame me. And expect me to come in on 45 minutes notice. I mean, gee Louise, they say that they need a month's notice for any holiday time or something, or 2 months. But then they expect you to come in at 45 minutes notice. That's bullshit. That's the biggest crock of bullshit I've ever heard. It's a nice temperature tonight. It's 14 degrees. It's not so cold that you'd be uncomfortable, but not. You get what I mean. It's not super temperate, but it's just nice because it's been very, very hot here. It was the mid-30s a couple weeks, not even that, a week or so ago. It was in the mid-30s. So yeah, we deserve a bit of chilly British weather because of that heat wave. Honestly, if the rest of summer is like this, then I wouldn't mind, actually. Because then I wouldn't cook in the humid British heat. I keep on burping because I've drank like 2.5 cans of beer, and I feel slightly ashamed. I even said that I wouldn't drink at all for a while. I'd just like save all my money. But to be honest, I think just like getting loaded and just chilling out is probably a lot better than being het up all the time and being constantly conscious of what your long-term goals are. Like, I have met a lot of people who have long-term goals, and they're like, oh, I'm gonna get that house, man. I'm gonna save up enough money and pay for a house, bro. Or something like that. Even though I'm a they, them. I got that they, them energy. But no, like, with a lot of people with long-term goals, what tends to happen, in my experience, is they get the house, or they get the investment, or something, and then they realise that they've spent the last however many years of their life just on that one thing. And yeah, I guess it can be nice, but I don't know, like, you're not going to get those years back. And a lot of things aren't permanent. A lot of, like, you will not believe how unstable life can be. Like, I used to be like addicted to watching YouTube videos, or even like in real life, like on the streets of my university town, talking to homeless people, you know, and so many of them used to be professionals. So many of them used to have these structured lives around these long-term goals. And then they just became homeless and toothless or missing teeth anyway, you know? That's because, like, with a long-term goal, I guess, you have to take it with a pinch of salt. Because it might not happen at all. Like, I don't know. I think after that 30th of April in 2025, I have gradually because I'm not going to pretend that I changed right away. You know, it took a long time to integrate that. Well, I've taken a much more, I guess, I say this word so much, bohemian, or like whimsical stance on life. Like, I'm a queer, and I don't really have any plans of having children or getting a mortgage or something like that. Like, I kind of want to like vibe, you know? Like, I have no need or want for that many material possessions. Like, I don't need it that much. Really. I mean, yeah, I need a place to live. I need money, but how do I put this? Like, I want to live free. I want to be able to be a free spirit and not worry so much about being a societal contributor. I mean, that sounds bad. What I mean is, like, you know, I don't want to be some economic component strictly. I kind of want to maybe work a little bit of a job and then have cool, unique experiences or have cool hobbies. That's kind of what I want to do. If I fall in love with someone, then that's cool. But otherwise, then I'll just vibe. Maybe I will get my own place at some point. Like, maybe I'll move into something cheap and manageable. Something like a trailer or something. Maybe a cheap bed sit at some point. And then I'll just be a free spirit. Meditate, explore nature, play music and vibe with some cool people. That's kind of my goal, you know? Like, I don't really believe in the Jordan Peterson thing of claiming responsibility, and that's what composes your life. Because, like, giving the wrong person responsibility is a surefire way to fuck up not only their life, but the lives of other people. I think, I don't know, if I were to ever have a family, then, you know, I would have wanted to do my own free-spirited thing first. Then I would have, you know, a decent, good chunk of life experience that I can pass on to my, you know, child. I can be like, yeah, no, you don't want to do this, because when I was, like, in my late 20s, I decided to do that, and it didn't go too well, and maybe it's not the right jive for you, you know? Like, that's what I mean. I want to, like, embrace the world and take it into my arms and just see what it's all about. And like I just said, like, I'm not averse to having a family. It's probably going to be a very queer family. You know, I might get with a man and, I don't know, if I were to get with someone and they had a kid, honestly, I don't mind kids. Like, kids are cool. They are just little people trying to, you know, get through the world. Everything's kind of new to them. You know, I don't mind. I'm rambling. This is like the most rambly video I've ever made. Like, okay. All I have to hope is that, like, my family don't find this channel. Because if they do, then I know they're gonna watch every single video, and it's gonna be jacked up. Probably not in the way that I think, but still. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna call some of my transgender homies and see how they're doing, because I know the world is rough for them right now. This is Gluey signing off. Raw on the mic as always. Completely raw. There's absolutely no plosive filter on this, which I apologise for, because the quality's probably not that good. I guess I'll see you later.